Hello, I'm Miss Sarah, and this is At Home Makerspace, where every week I show you how to make fun projects with things you can find at home. Our project this week is once again inspired by our summer reading program, and its theme, Imagine Your Story. Now, this theme is all about fantasy and fairy tales and imagination, and our project is inspired by The Wizard of Oz. Now, some of you may remember the scene in which Glinda the Good Witch arrives in Munchkinland in a giant bubble. So I thought it would be fun this week to challenge you guys to make something with bubbles. Now, the first thing that you'll need to make some bubbles is bubble solution. If you have some already at home, feel free to use that. But if not, I'll show you how you can mix up your own with some common household ingredients. To make your homemade bubble solution, you'll need 4 cups of warm water, half a cup of dish soap, and half a cup of a stabilizer like white sugar, light corn syrup, which is like a liquid sugar, or glycerin. These stabilizers will make your bubble solution stronger, so it'll be easier to form bubbles. Put all of your ingredients into a bowl and stir them together. I used white sugar for this one, so I am stirring it with a whisk to make sure that all that sugar dissolves. If you want a fancy variation, you could make scented bubbles by adding essential oils, or colored bubbles by adding some food coloring. All right, so that was one recipe for making bubble solution, but I really want to encourage you guys to experiment. So if you make a bubble solution using sugar, try another one using corn syrup, or try some recipes in which you have different amounts of these ingredients, or where you leave one of the ingredients out altogether. What happens? For those of you that enjoy science experiments, you can think of this as a big science experiment to determine which is the best recipe for a bubble solution. The next thing you'll need is some kind of a bubble wand. Now, if you already have one at home, feel free to use that, but you can also make your own. Here are a couple that I made earlier, and here's how I made them. To make your bubble wand, you'll need a pipe cleaner or another thick, flexible wire. It's really simple. Just loop one end of your pipe cleaner to create a circle. You can also make a fancy shape. Here I am turning that circle into a heart. Finally, you can add some decoration, like beads, to the handle. I would recommend using beads a little bit bigger than mine. Another way to make a bubble wand is to use something like a cookie cutter to help you get the shape. Here I am bending my pipe cleaner along the outside edge of my cookie cutter. Once you've created the shape, go ahead and twist your pipe cleaner together to make a closed shape. If your handle is long enough, you can be done here. But if not, you can add a stick like a popsicle stick to create a larger, longer handle. And there we go. Now we have a bubble wand worthy of Glinda the Good Witch herself. Now let's see these bubble wands in action. Another fun thing to do is to look around your house for other items that you think might help you to make bubbles. Here are a few that I found around my house. Let's test them out and see what happens. So my favorite ended up being the straw because the small opening made it really easy to form bubbles. If you guys are having any problems with your bubbles popping before they fully form, try using something with a smaller opening, like a straw. So now that I've shown you how to make some classic bubbles, it's time for some more unusual bubbles. First up, I'm going to be showing you how to make something that creates giant bubbles. To get started, you'll need some string and a couple of straws. We're going to start by pushing the string through the straw. So if you happen to have a thicker straw, like one for a smoothie, that might make this a little easier. Now do the same thing with your second straw. Once both straws are on our string, we are going to create a loop and tie a knot in our string. Now pull your knot so it is now inside your straw, and there's your completed bubble maker. Next, I'm going to show you how to make something that creates a bubble snake. For this project, you'll need a styrofoam cup with the bottom cut out, or a similar item like a plastic bottle with the bottom cut out, or a toilet paper tube. Now I am stretching a sheer knee sock over the top of my cup. You can also use an old sock or a washcloth, or experiment to see what else will work. Finally, I'm going to show you how to make something that answers that age-old question, can you make a square bubble? Let's find out. This one begins with 3 pipe cleaners. I'm going to start by folding one into a square shape. My goal is to create a cube out of pipe cleaners. And there's our final cube. If you like, you can include a handle. For our final project today, I'm going to show you how you can paint with bubbles. Here's what your final painting might look like. I'm going to start by coloring some bubble solution with food coloring. You just need a few drops. You can also use tempera paint if you happen to have some in your house. Once you've added the coloring, you'll want to stir it together so the color is completely mixed with your bubble solution. I chose to make 3 colors. You can make more or have fun mixing the primary colors. Now let's take this project outside and begin to paint. For my final project this week, I decided to turn my painted paper into a thank you card. Now there are lots and lots of things that you can do with this fun paper, but if you're interested in learning how to make your own cards, you can check out my previous Makerspace video about card making. I'll make sure to include a link in the description. As always, the best part of Makerspace is getting to see all the fun, creative projects that you guys come up with. So, please take a picture or a video of your bubble project and share it with us at the library. You can do this through our Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHCPL. Through our Instagram, our handle is at FHCPL, or you can send us an email. Our email address is makerspace@finleylibrary.org. I hope you guys have lots of fun working on that project this week, and I will see you all again for a new project next week. Bye!